The second brightest star in the sky, known as the second North Star, was trembling unusually that evening. It was a slightly foggy night in London. Wendy, Michael and John had gone to bed. Just as Wendy was drifting into sleep, she heard a whisper as light as a feather. "Wendy, can't you hear us?" Suddenly, a green light appeared in the middle of the room, and from it stepped Peter Pan and Tinker Bell. Peter's face looked serious this time. "Wendy," he said, "time has broken in Neverland. Captain Hook has found a magic book called the Atlas of Time. If he opens it completely, the island will freeze forever." Wendy asked in surprise, "What can we do?" Peter held out his hand. "We must find the key of time." Tinker Bell sprinkled fairy dust, and together they rose into the sky. When they arrived in Neverland, the birds were silent and the waves were still. Even the lost boys were motionless. "Time is shattering. We must hurry," Peter said. At the entrance of the Cave of Time, they saw a giant hourglass. The sand was flowing upward instead of down. Inside, 3 doors appeared. The fear of the past, the courage of the present, the secret of the future. They had to pass through all 3 doors. When Wendy stepped through the first door, she found herself in an old amusement park where she had once gotten lost as a child. She was afraid, but this time she was not alone. Peter held her hand. "Fear belongs to the past. You are stronger now." The lights of the amusement park began to glow and the door opened. Behind the second door, a fierce storm raged. The ground shook, and moving forward was difficult. "Now is the time for courage," Peter said. With every step Wendy took, the storm weakened and a path appeared. Behind the third door, there was only a small box. On it were written the words, "The future is what you place inside it." Wendy opened the box and found the key of time. Peter spun joyfully in the air. "We can stop Hook!" Captain Hook had almost completely opened the Atlas of Time. A grey mist was spreading across the island. "Peter Pan!" Hook shouted. "This time I will win." Peter smiled. "You always say that." Wendy rushed forward and touched the pages of the atlas with the key of time. A burst of light filled the air. The atlas turned to dust. Hook stood frozen in shock. Calmly, Wendy said, "The future is not something one person can write alone." When the atlas disappeared, time began to flow again. Birds started singing. The lost boys moved, and the waves returned to the sea. Peter Pan turned to Wendy and smiled. "You saved Neverland." "We could not have done it without you." Wendy's eyes filled with tears. "It's time for me to go home," she said. Peter lowered his head and nodded. "But the second North Star will always be waiting for you." Tinker Bell sprinkled fairy dust. As Wendy rose into the sky, Peter's voice echoed behind her. "Goodbye, Wendy, and never grow up!" When Wendy returned to her room, her brothers were still asleep. She carried the magic of Neverland within her. As she drifted off to sleep, she whispered, "The future becomes what we choose to write." If you enjoyed this story and would like me to create more fairy tales and stories for you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.